So this might be the very first time I've done a hotel room review 400 miles away from home because I'm bored. And this may be probably the worst radio I've ever used in my entire life. And I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why this $25 radio that I bought is just gonna sit in the drawer. I'm gonna give it to some kid to play with as a new ham. Listen, okay, I don't make videos like this hardly ever. There's been a lot of things that were sent to me that I bought that just ended up in the closet because they were garbage. Well, this radio is a $25 radio I bought on Amazon, and I gotta tell you, here's the reason why you're already yelling at me. Oh wait, no, I've already heard that you can put custom firmwares and you could make this thing receive from 18 megahertz to 1300. You could transmit on AM CB radio. And listen, guys, if ICOM wanted you, or a Yaesu or Kenwood wanted you to listen to single sideband at 18 megahertz or 40 meters, they would have included it in these radios. In fact, some of the older Kenwoods can, but you're gonna pay a lot of money for that. This radio right here is nothing more than just something to get you on the repeaters and to maybe talk locally, to get your feet wet in the hobby, okay? The reason you're not going to see anything to do with me putting a different custom firmware and seeing if I can get this thing to receive Morse code at 7 megahertz. No, okay, no. People are doing stuff like that, but the receiver is so poor in this thing that the spurious emissions are so terrible in this radio. I'll give you an example. I'll show you a couple key things. I'm not going to bash it the whole time. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple things here. I was trying to, mess around with these Mobile Linked again. These are my little Bluetooth TNCs, okay? And I could use this for VHF packet, for APRS, and such. Do you know that I had to go out and get my Baofeng to do that because this wouldn't even, receive the APRS, the only iGate, or there's not even a digipeater around here. The only signal that I heard, I could hear on the 52, and I could hear it on this just fine, okay? And there's another radio behind me. I might make a video on that just got sent to me. I can hear it on that one too. This one, it was like I turned the squelch off even, and it was just picking up every single light bulb in the world. I don't know where the noise was coming from. Then I thought, well, maybe it's the version 2 one, so I put the version 3 on there. Nope, both of them wouldn't work with this, but I actually got APRS working with a Baofeng on those, but not this. Okay, not only that, the manual's got some things in here that are just, they don't work. And instead of, let's not reinvent the wheel, right? I can go right onto a Baofeng here and I can go menu 26, 25, and 13 and set a radio channel right now and start getting on a repeater instantly. But we're gonna do some other stuff and just start naming stuff in here that makes no sense. Like everything requires a double button push, right? Menu. Like, okay, if I wanna go to VFO mode or memory mode, I have to hit function and 3, okay? That's not a problem, okay? But why can't we just have a, why can't we just go A and B, or why do we have to have, no, we won't get into the weather. I'll tell you about that too. Why do we have to have button pushes, right? So not only that, yeah, you got your flashlight, okay? You got a couple programmable buttons here. You got your standard, jack on the side here. But one cool thing that would make sense is USB-C charging. And I'm guessing USB-C for programming, right? And it says it does have a wireless radio cloning feature. I don't have another radio like this to try it, all right? But it also says that it will do crossband repeat. Well, that doesn't work. And you can look that up online as well. Crossband repeat. So it says you go into, this menu is kind of very small. If you go into right here, crossband receiving transmitting, go to menu 18, which says WX. Wouldn't you think that would say weather? No, weather is here on number 5. But if I go function 5, it can't even pull in the weather station. It's like this. I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, I can go right to. There you go. Here's a good example. So the Baofeng, you can see it right now, is receiving. This one's barely breaking squelch. Okay, it can't even get the weather correctly. I mean, the receiver sucks on this thing. It really does. We'll turn that off. But then, like I said, if you want to go to crossband repeat, let's go to WX. First thing I thought that was weather. Nope, that's not weather. We're going to go to channel A or B, right? So if you put channel A, right? Okay, now anything on this should automatically retransmit here, okay? I've tried that with my handhelds next to it, and it doesn't work. And then I looked online, no, it doesn't work. Now, is that new firmware fix it? Maybe. I don't have time to make a video anywhere, let alone on my days off, that I have time to put some firmware in a $25 radio. I'm just talking about it out of the box. You know what I mean? You can charge it with the drop-in charger like this, or you can do it USB-C. Okay, so what is this thing? Oh, okay, it transmits. Oh, I thought that was Weather Channel. I was gonna say, wow, it transmits out of band. So you can put it in like that, you know, whatever. It's a $25 radio. That's how I feel about it. And people always yell at me, honestly, oh, you know, you never, what's the bad? What's the bad? The bad is the receiver thing on this sucks. All right, so if you want to scan for a frequency in CTCSS, this would be somewhat useful, right? You can hit function and 4.
Scanning begin.
And then whatever you transmit into it, right?
Frequency mode.
Oh, I'm on Weather Channel. Let's see.
Channel mode.
There we go. $156.1. No, it's not finding that.
4 0.
Here,
Frequency 14650.
let's try this again.
Menu.
13. Okay, we're on CTCSS. Let's try this again. Function 4. Oh, exit.
Cancel.
Function 4.
Scanning begin.
There we go. Transmit. It found, well, almost the frequency I was transmitting on and the CTCSS, but whatever. You know, a radio like a Yaesu Ken with an ICOM, or even a Linko or a Anytone or a VGC will all do that. And look, I'm not one to piss on someone's parade here or, you know, take a dump in their Wheaties, but listen, the only reason I brought this with me is because I knew I would be bored in this hotel, okay? For $25, you're getting this, okay? You're getting a radio that you can just dial up a simplex channel on and just maybe talk, or a repeater. But the first thing I want you to know, and by the way, I've tried different antennas over here from different radios, okay? First thing I want to tell you is when your received signal is not as well, you say, oh, don't blame it on the repeater, number one. Number two, any ham that has taken a license for a test would automatically know. Don't ever, ever, ever try to modify a radio like this to talk on 1200 megahertz, okay? Or to transmit at, you know, 600 megahertz. I mean, I guess there's a firmware you can do this. Why would you want to? How well do you think this thing's gonna transmit on CB? How well do you think it's gonna transmit on wherever? You know, I mean, I guess it'll receive all the way up to 1296 or whatever. You're really gonna benefit from that, this little tiny thing? This little tiny thing is a radio on a chip, it's 25 bucks. So, putting this in the wrong hands as well and making videos and telling people what they can do, but don't do it. You know they're going to do it. That's why I'm not doing it. That's why I refuse to put any time into this. You've seen me play with things that people sent me for free and I made videos and oh yeah, this is cool. You won't see me do that with this. I'm sorry, okay? Now here's a fun fact before I go. I had a Quansheng in 2011, okay? That was before the Baofeng. Just letting you know. I had a Quansheng. Now it was not this, it was archaic. It had a calculator screen on it. It was archaic. I forget what even Quansheng that was, but at the time it was so awesome that you didn't have to buy a $500 ICOM. Well, they didn't have D-Star or nothing back then. At the time, well, they did, but it wasn't here, implemented in the handheld yet. Anyways, at the time, that whole Quansheng, I could only imagine was even worse than this, because there wasn't. I mean, I don't know. This is probably not even the same Quansheng. That's fine. So other than that, if you want to buy this, okay, it's a $25 radio that could just talk to your kids when they're out at the park. Put it on an FRS frequency. That's it. And that's all I got to tell you. I can't wait to see the comments on this video because nobody's used to me being like this, but if you don't like it, of course, you can unsubscribe and find somebody else to watch. I'm not here to have an ego. You should know that by now. But hey, if you liked what I said and I was honest about it, go ahead, click the comment. Don't click thumbs up. You can click thumbs down if you want. Click comment and tell me why I was wrong in what I said. Tell me this is the best radio you can get. Now that is the comment I want to hear.